7. I'm sneaking out of camp. We'll talk later. Okay, day 7 on the trail. It's actually kind of a pleasant morning. It's exposed up here. You know, we're on top of a ridge. And there's no leaves on the trees yet. So the wind came right through. It wasn't a bad wind. It wasn't strong and it wasn't real cold. So I'm grateful for that. I didn't bother doing a lot of my morning rituals. I happen to be camped right next to Cool Breeze, and I don't feel like making the extra noise. Everything's, leaf litter at every step, crunch, crunch, crunch. So that, and with the fact that it was windy and I was running late, I was like, I'll just take off and go do it down the mountain somewhere. I'll find a coffee spot that just rocks or is adequate. This is a better morning than the past 2 mornings on trail. Painful and cold. It's just chilly and annoying. I can't wait for summertime. Oh, to be able to hike and not wear like 2 or 3 puffies while you do it. Sounds like a dream. Well, I am leaving the fireball. It was nice. I'm going on the other side of this hill. I still haven't sat down and made coffee yet. I don't know, I'm like 2 miles in or so. I met a turkey hunter. I told him I have not heard nor seen any sign of turkey. Feels like it's really early in the season, if it is in the season. I start seeing a lot of them much later on. I don't know about here, but on other trails. Start seeing a track. You even see little flocks of them. What's a group of turkeys called? I don't know. I'm sure there's a very specific name for it. But I've seen a few groups of turkeys in my time. Luckily, I look nothing like a turkey, so I don't have to worry about getting shot. Such a still day, and everything's all drab. I'm bored. Somebody entertain me. There's just nothing going on, man. Oh, that's some trail maintenance. Like, they moved these rocks out of the way. Straight cleared a path for us. These aren't little rocks. And there's not just a few of them. I definitely appreciate it. Got little flowers sprouting up, but only right along the trail. There's some there, and one's there. A little patch going on right at me, but I can't see anything off into the distance at all. And they are small flowers, but still, when everything's brown, the white flower stands right out. Oh, I do see one right up there. You ever notice that most of the flowers grow next to the road? Like on a highway, you look next to the road, there's all these flowers growing, but if you look off in the distance, you don't see the same flowers growing as in abundance out there. Trails are kind of the same way. I always thought it's because we aerate the side of the trails. We're poking all these holes in them, peeing on it, making it good soil, Oh, I see a squirrel. That's my first mammalian life form. Pretty sure. Come back here, be my friend. I got some campsites coming up, 2 of them. Maybe it's a good spot to stop and make some coffee. A little oats. Man, I am carrying all this stuff on my back. I might as well consume it. It hasn't been anywhere I've wanted to just stop and post up for, a half hour. There's a campsite, right? There's gonna be somewhere to sit. Not necessarily. Some sort of confusing intersection. I got off the trail right there at that post marker, but this is not the trail I'm on. Oh, okay, so I was supposed to zig back and go the other way on the other side of the road. Let's see, I came down here, and since I was already headed in that direction, I was like, well, I'll just keep kind of going in that direction. But I was supposed to get up there, zig back over here. This works. There's a little bit of flowing water right there. Just a trickle. I don't actually need any. But no, I haven't checked the map yet. I don't know where the next water is, but I don't think I need any. Yeah, that rock right there will be perfect. Nice. Okay, we're doing double duty while my stuff is over there cooking. We're gonna go drop a deuce. Dangerous to drop a deuce around campsites, though. Alright, there's the campsite proper. And then right about on the other side of this boulder is where the first dookie ring starts. That's where the people who wake up in the middle of the night and have to go and are scared of the dark. And they think, oh, here, hiding behind this rock, that they're really far from camp. Because, they walked real slow and they were scared and it was dark. But nah, I bet you if you dug on the other side of that rock, you'd hit pay dirt. In these standard trees, it'd probably be the second likely place. I'm going up and over the horizon over there. What was this? Did somebody make a road? Or is this like a little avalanche that happened? This looks like a road. I wasn't expecting to encounter a road while I was going to drop a duke. What is this? So that's more like a fire break or something, man. I don't think that's a road. Maybe a Jeep road. Maybe it looks like I got back before the water boiled over. Let's see where we're at. No, nice. Starting to get little bubbles in the bottom. Almost perfect. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. Gotta spend a few minutes dropping a deuce. You might as well heat some water really slowly. Oh, it is that time in the morning. Not that I haven't had a rolling safety meeting on the way in, but good sit here and enjoy it now. It is just so still out here. I'm enjoying the no wind thing, but I wouldn't mind some birds, maybe some tree rats, something. Even some bugs, not the ones that bother me, not the bugs that bug me, but insects. Nothing. Well, it's kind of lame, huh? Oh, better than being at Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, before I left, I recorded a clip. Just like, I did a long one just so I could, I don't know, man, I thought maybe I could use it as white noise in the future or something. But it's just what Amazon sounds like. Just, there's video associated with it, but the video doesn't matter. It's just facing up at the ceiling. It's just what it sounds like. So I'll play you a good couple seconds of that. I'm not gonna tone it down or anything. Like a lot of times if I'm driving on the road, I'll take the volume and I'll drag it down to 20%. This I'm gonna leave it full at 100%. So, you know, if you got sensitive ears, if there's people sleeping or whatnot, yeah, turn the volume down for a little bit, man. Because this is what Amazon sounds like. Could you imagine 12 hours of that noise just pounding at you? I mean, even before I started listening to music, I wore earplugs when I was there. There's that place will make you deaf after no time. I'm sure of it. But it just makes this seem all the more silent. So while I was having coffee, cool breeze passed on by, and that guy likes his facts, figures, and datas. So he informed me that there is some sort of general store up the way, probably I think like 14 miles from there or something. A decent chunk. And 2 miles after that is an actual shelter, which anyway, I haven't seen but one shelter so far on the trail. I'm curious. Shelters don't do me a whole lot of good because, you know, you can't hang a hammock in a shelter. I mean, you can, but I think it's kind of a dick move when you set up your stuff inside there, unless you know you're the only person. But how do you really know? There's always latecomers. I mean, not always, but the possibility. I do have a foam mat I could lay on in there, you know, where I'm so inclined. Guess it all really depends. You know, I'm open. I am open. A shelter by myself is pretty cool. A shelter with people that snore and fart, not so cool. Already got the Smoky Mountains in my mind. I actually called them to find out what maximum occupancy of the average shelter is there. So that, you know, I could look in and be like, yep, that's full. I'm not sleeping in there. Or I'm going to wait it out and let more people show up and then sneak away if I have to. Well, of course, it's storming or something and I really want to be in the shelter. Yeah, like I said, I'm open. Last time I went through the Smokies, there was only one day where you could see a blue patch in the sky. I'm hoping it's a little friendlier this time. Wouldn't mind seeing what some of those views actually look like. A silent trail, pretty much. Both those things are 0.1 mile. There's a highway right there. How am I not hearing a highway at 0.1? Or maybe I have been, but I've just been ignoring it. You are here. When I hit the road, I caught up with Cool Breeze. He's over there taking a break on the side of the road. Kind of strange. You got all these woods. You'd think he was hitchhiking looking at him. Doesn't he look like he's about to hitch? But there's a water cache here. Pretty groovy. You know what? I was going to take some. But the water I'm going to, hopefully it is there, is in I don't know, maybe a mile or so. Maybe a mile and a half tops. I haven't checked the map in a minute. So I'm going to save that for those who need it. Because things are still trickling from that rain a couple of nights ago. I hear this place gets really dry really quick. you can't actually hike it in certain seasons without doing water caches yourself. Glad I got here early for it. See, I didn't study those factors. I just assume you can go to a trail and start walking and, read the map and not die. Doesn't always work that way. No, it doesn't. But so far so good. So far, I've only heard that pronounced as Chia. Chiaha is what I'm seeing. Chiaha. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be spelled like that by what I was hearing it being pronounced as. Even though he is older than I, only by a few years, I'm kind of living the trail a little bit through Cool Breeze's eyes. Because he looked out over like the view like this yesterday. I was just like, wow, look at that. There's just like, this wonder and magic in his eyes. And, I don't see much. I mean, yeah, it can be cool. But, this is not a wow moment at all for me. I'm jaded, I've seen some sights. So it's cool to kind of live the moment through his eyes. Instead of being like, nah, dude, that view's shit. I've seen better. No, I am not that guy. It was just cool to see how excited he was. I actually took a picture of him standing there just staring at the sunset last night. Was not a very good picture for where I was sitting, and I was not in the mood to move. But, still caught my attention. It was a deep, fiery red sunset last night for a very short window. When I was in the middle of cooking, and hunger is, it takes priority over a lot of things, especially once I've started. I see my next water. I'm just going to grab 1 liter. I'm going to camel up, grab 1 liter, drink a liter. And then carry on. My next water's in like 5 miles. What do you think that is? Raccoon, maybe? There are some things alive in the woods. Other than that one squirrel. There are you. Campsite. Places to sit and all that. I don't need a break. It's definitely a cleared out spot. It's got a fire ring as though it gets used, but it's all at an angle, man. That's anything I'll do in a pinch. But that would not be one of my first choices. In a tent, at least. I'm not quite on trail, but this is the only thing I could find. It's a dotted line that runs next to the trail, and there's a blue blaze, but I'm not on the red line. I'm guessing the app is wrong. Or this is an old way and there's a new way. I guess this tree thing is right in my way. That's unfortunate. Hands and knees time. Well, I kind of got kicked off the trail and I don't know where I'm at, man. Trail did a lot of zigzagging. And, you know, I can see a trail on the ground, but it disappears at this very point. And I haven't seen a blaze in 2 minutes. Okay, backtrack, I guess. I'm assuming I should be on the other side of these rocks. Here we are again. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go under the tree. You see any blazes up here? No, there'd be something to tell me I'm supposed to climb over these rocks. Okay, back underneath this. Man, that's lame. Okay, where the hell am I? Okay, I got a blaze here. I think I came from there, so maybe I was supposed to go up around here. Or did I come from there? Did I come from down there? So it kind of looks the same to me. Oh, I see a blue blaze I did not see before. It looks like it's nailed to the tree. Okay, I just went right when I should have went left. Easy to get lost in this stuff. Yeah, that one is nailed to it. Although I would have been coming from the other way, so no wonder I wouldn't have seen it if I did come this way. I think I'm headed the right way. Seems legit. Let's go. Well, this is pretty good training for the AT, is it not? Still don't see why it's not the AT down here. Same mountain range. What was explained to me was a bunch of politics. Who owns which part? Forest Service, federal versus local, pretty much. This is kind of fun. I'm enjoying some bouldering. As long as I'm not lost. I don't like the feeling of being lost, you know. Wasted effort in the wrong direction. I've done it enough. I'm trying to curb myself. Not stop completely or anything, because I will go the wrong way again. But if it can be avoided, up we go. Some rocks we can walk out onto. The trail goes in the completely opposite direction. I was like, I might as well check this out while we're up here. I was just down there. Oh, there's those clouds. All the shadows from the clouds. This morning when I could see off into the distance all the lights, there is civilization everywhere out there. There's not any big spots between without lights. At least one here or there and everywhere. Hi, I can see some blazes. I was right there earlier. Nuts. Right. I think that's the pile of rocks that I was on the wrong side of. Okay, up through that little gap right there. It's kind of fun. Good day for it. Okay, at the top of the gap, and That little speck of blue is the only blue I see. I'd have gone off in this direction because that looks kind of like a trail to me. That's where this doesn't really. But that speck of blue tells me I'm going the right way. We are way up here. Oh, all the boulders are on that side. Come on, this side kind of right out. There's a straggler. The map tells me that the water that I've been walking to is only 0.7 away. I believe I will. Oh, hey, here's some water here. But I believe I will take a little break. I can see where people have gone through here. I guess it's just because it's less muddy than over here. Oh shit, where is the trail proper? Oh, that is squishy. Oh, managed to get my shoe out dry so far. Ooh, oh, I got a blue mark. There's some nice tent sites up here. There's even a path going back in there. I bet there's more back there. As long as the weather's mellow like it is today, beautiful spot. But everything's kind of weather dependent. Oh, yeah, I found my water supply. It's kind of a swamp. I'm going to collect it out of that little flow right there. That looks kind of speedy. I could hug that tree and get to it maybe. No bridge. I don't want to get my feet wet. That wasn't so bad, was it? Oh, today for lunch we're having the terrible tuna. Now this stuff's actually pretty good. It's that stuff, not half bad as far as tuna goes. Got a couple little street tacos I'll cover in that stuff, and we'll pretend that's lunch. My filter is filtering super slow, man. I'm gonna try back flushing it again, but it didn't really do much last time. I don't know. Good thing I'm not in a hurry. I hear voices. This is where I should have taken my break. Oh, you say that all the time. It's all covered. Not that I need covering. It's not sun nor rain. It's beautiful. Well, what have we here? I declare a safety meeting. Nice. There's even like you can hide in this. I mean, it's not gonna be the most comfortable of sleep, but I've slept on worse, to get out of the wind if you were so inclined to sleep up here. We did all of these today. I can barely see the ridge walking we did all the other day. It's way back there. It hunts. Yeah, you can't even really see it here, but it is right there, center screen. Going way back into time. But it is pretty misty out. I don't know, it's haze or smoke or what. Particulates. Oh, we got a fire going on over here. It hunts. That is the direction I'm headed. So we'll see what's up with that. Well, I got to be carrying on. It's 2:30 and I still got a handful of miles to go. Not that I'm going anywhere in particular, that's just to that shelter. Or the general store and the shelter. But there's a good chance I won't even make the general store before it closes. Those things tend to close pretty early. And I don't even care. I assume, since it's like the general store for like a national park or something, that they'll have at best like some $10 microwave pizzas. And I don't care about that. I got food on my back. Oh, nice. Yeah, didn't even notice that. It snuck up on me. Little layers just flake off and get unsuspecting people that cower under it in the rain. This stuff has spikes, by the way. Let's see if we can get one focus. Focus. You never focus. I put my hand behind it. Sometimes helps. There we go. Yeah, so let's see, all this stuff. Now refocus. Thank you. Jesus, technology. But yeah, all this stuff all over the place has lots of spikes. Yeah. They have lots of spikes. At this point, there isn't really a trail. You're just kind of picking your way across boulders. To my left, it's all open. But to my right and below me, it is rocky. The hills just crumbled. At least most of them don't move. That really matters when you're hopping from these things, Should be using my sticks, but it's hard to use my sticks and the camera at the same time, I've lost the trail a couple of times, but just kept following what seems like would be a trail. But there's things that look kind of traily. But general direction. But it's slow going. I'm glad I don't have a desire to get to the general store, because then I'd be mildly stressed out right now. Like, oh, I gotta push. Gotta get there before they close. But although I don't know what time they close, because I didn't even know there was one until a little while ago. But I'm quite certain Cool Breeze has already called them to see how late they'll stay open. Some people plan it out. It's kind of interesting. I wonder who's going to learn more from whom. I definitely have room for improvement. But I think he needs to learn to let go a little bit. Caught myself with a badass ninja kick to a rock. You didn't get to see it because it was off camera. I don't know, you might have saw my foot fly on camera. It's quick, real quick. Anyway, back to using sticks. Oh, a nice solo campsite right there. They got the big fire ring over there. There's no room for anybody else. I bet a lot of sex has happened right there. Right there. Not too far of a walk, but far enough to make it feel as though you are totally out here. Oh, appears as though the rocks have mellowed out for now. It was interesting though. It wasn't horrible by any means. But they were dry and sure-footed and all that. I think that'd be real frustrating if they were slick. At this point here, I could trudge over there probably, I don't know, quarter mile or less, and be on the trail headed off of that way. But there's a bunch of camera signs over here, and I'm not necessarily in a hurry. But if I did that, it would shave off a whole mile. This thing is shaped like a peninsula, or a penis, if you will. It goes all the way out here, all the way back around on the other side. Takes a whole mile to get right back down to this spot. But like I said, I'm in no hurry. And on the map, there is plenty of those camera signals, symbols. So they made us a nice view of the same thing I've probably been looking at, but hey, why not? Well, now I'm doubly glad I didn't just cheat and go that way, because all of this stuff is all horrible, spiky madness. Why does it never focus on stuff? There we go. Yep. So I might have been faced with, you know, a whole field of them like this. Probably, because that's what you get. Were I in a hurry, I'd have no problem shaving that off. None at all. But I am not. Let's take our chances. Oh, that was risky. Oh, flat dirt. Ain't seen this in a minute. Oh, that feels nice. Oh, that was good stuff. It's actually been less rocks and more roots. You know, you get used to those. There are a lot of those ahead of us. The end roots are cool. They're like little steps. Unless they're wet. They get slick as snot. Especially the ones that hiker shoes have been polishing for years. Something going on over here. Pieces of a crashed aircraft or something. what I'm going with. What's it made out of? Looks like aluminum, right? Yep. Over there, look at all those rivet holes in hunts. Yes, aircraft. Kind of funny that this penis shaped on the map has a little blue P coming out of the tip named McDill. McDill Overlook. I'm not going to it. It's a quarter mile, which means it's a half mile. I don't care about it. Not that much. If I could see the end from where I was standing, that's one thing. But nah, I'm gonna follow my blazes. There on McDill. It's an interesting rock, is it not? Ooh. See, I could have walked down that quarter mile, or I could have just kept going up the trail like I did. And I got this. Which I bet you is better. You see fires. I can see two of them burning way out in the distance out there. I forgot we are headed towards a fire, aren't we? At least there's one in the future. Not necessarily my future. I don't know, this trail's squirrely. Until I come around the corner and see some smoke, I'm not gonna know. I ain't really gonna sweat it either. Figure it out as it comes. I'm sure if it's a really scary one, somebody will come get me, right? Get aerovac'd out or something cool like that. Actually, that sounds terrifying. Being aerovac'd sounds totally terrifying. Being in a basket, ooh. I wonder how many people piss themselves in that thing. I'd be one of them. Oh, yeah, there it is off to my left. Nuts. So yeah, if I keep following these mountains, they lead right over to it. I can definitely smell it. Yeah. Sure, it's a controlled burn or something. Passed up random humans, day hikers. Tells me I am near something. More day hiker, slightly older. So that means I'm definitely getting closer. Beautiful up here. (1983). That was a good year. Still too young to know any better. Started following that trail, but it was not the right trail. Where did I get sidetracked? They're supposed to follow this. That doesn't look quite right. There'd be a blue blaze somewhere. Tell me to go in there. But it does look kind of traily, doesn't it? Well, I don't think this is the right way. I'm not quite on the red line, but there's a very clear trail right here. And I see a blue blaze down there, so I'm not far off. Let's see if this gets me down the side. The trail's right there. I don't know how I got it. Or is that the way I came in? Who knows? It's easy to get turned around. I ended up coming down off that, and I mean, by looking at this trail right here, I am not the first person to get a little turned around right there. I can definitely smell smoke now. Alright, back on the trail. I'm going to keep walking, but I'm going to look at my map just to make sure I can keep walking. I'm not sure where my next water is. I think maybe I was thinking I'd grab it at the general store, but I can't even guarantee they got water for me. I just assume that of stores. So if it is open, I'm going to pop into that store specifically for a Mississippi mud bar. Been craving one for a bit. Doubt they'll have it. But it'd be cool if they did. Ice cream of some sort would be nice regardless. But Mississippi mud bars are top tier, man. Crazy that from this distance I can take a picture and zoom in and still read everything. And here's where I'm at. I guess the Pinhoti technically starts here is what I'm trying to say. Oh, this is from here to Katahdin. Okay. That is a nice spot. Dark over there, but that looks like smoke more than clouds. It's got that tinge to it. Everything's burning. And it's not even hot yet. Okay, here's the turnoff. But of course, when you know it's uphill, but it's only 0.2. Let's go check it out. Just in case they have a Mississippi mud bar. Just in case. Everybody cross your fingers. I appreciate them keeping us off the road. There's no shoulder on that thing. Gave us white blazes to follow. You know, it's practice. All this is to get you ready for the AT. That fire actually smells really good. It's got a potpourri to it. Down there, there's a little potpourri shop on fire, and I'm all enjoying it up here. So while this was burning, how stressed out do you think that guy was? So from here you can see the open sign. I wonder how many people have been walking towards it to see it blink off. You're just a little too late, man. You know, those are the people who wanted it the most. I see a lot of people leaving at once. That might mean it's closing. That does happen sometimes before places close. I didn't necessarily need anything, but there's like a chocolate muffin and you know, an ice cream cone, cookies and cream cone to be exact. And there is this awesome bench under this really nice tree. And I'm like, man, I should probably just sit here for a while. Relax. I'm not in a hurry to be anywhere. Even if I want to make it to that shelter, it's only like 2 or 3 miles up the way. I got 2 or 3 miles in me, man. I sit here and enjoy this freaking tree. Look at this. Groovy, baby. Because I'm a rebel and a risk runner, I'm going to take that road with a very small shoulder. But it has a grassy shoulder over here, a soft shoulder. If needs be. Like right now. the need is being. Walking on the wrong side of the road, but the other side of the road, everybody's driving into the sunshine, and there's a very small shoulder, and then it's like off the edge into the nothingness. So I figured this was more safe. It's only like 0.2 back to the trail, so I figured might as well take this. If it is a prescribed burn, it's a really narrow one. It just hugs the road. Or maybe there was a fire and the trail stopped it from spreading, is more what I think happened. Oh. Somebody did come out here and fell a lot of trees recently. Maybe it is prescribed. Do that so you don't have to worry about jumping the highway. And come back and clean all this clutter up. I mean, it doesn't clean up very well though, does it? It's not like that's pretty. This is a really nice water source. One of the best so far. But wait, there's more. Veritable oasis down here. Imagine this on a super hot day. Although on a super hot day, these are probably dry. Nice. What an even better waterfall just around the corner. And there's a little mini slide. You can put your little G.I. Joes in here and watch them go down. Look at this thing. What? Whoa. O-A-T wet bitch. Or Pinhoti. Whatever. It's all the same. How nice is that? I almost feel like I should grab some, but got plenty. If it wasn't so heavy, I'd take it with me. Should I go up here? I don't know. Looks like where everybody else went. Ugh. Ah, blue place. Crews were out here fairly recently. You can still see the sawdust. Appreciate it. And they cut that tree into pieces. We're going to lose a big chunk of this trail for quite a while. You can tell where it had burned or smoldered into the duff or whatever they call that. You can feel how loose it is, spongy. I mean, it's a deep 2 or 3 inches in some places. Or more. Yeah, I can see where that's going to cause some erosion problems. I mean, if you like little waterfalls, today was kind of your day. Not bad. I didn't soak my feet in any of them. Kind of wasted that, didn't I? No, I had my views and all my such, things I enjoyed. I didn't need to soak my feet, or I would have. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, we have arrived at the turnoff for Blue Mountain Shelter. Now, I could just camp here somewhere. There's trees all over the place. But now I'm going to walk down here. That's a good point, too. I have to walk it back eventually. It's going to be uphill on the way back because it's downhill on the way in. Oh, I can see it already. It's right there. Okay, they weren't lying about the point 2. It's actually more like point 1. Oh, I like it. But shelters are great places to make coffee and dinner and stuff like that. They're definitely warmer, less wind. Hopefully no wind, but generally they're 3-walled, so you never know. It's all in the direction of the wind. I believe that's what I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing inside of it from here, or am I seeing the back? Who knows? We'll find out. Speculation. Oh, so I moved into the upper story. I looked around. There's a tiny bit of mouse poop here in the corner, just a couple pieces. But other than that, this place is relatively clean. I mean, there's a roach on the wall over there, and I'm going to sell one somewhere else, but they're tiny, non-scary roaches. But yeah, I was like, I live up here now. Oh, there's a roach right there. Oh, no, they're coming to get me. But they're not like them big flying ones we got in the city, so, I ain't worried about them. I spoiled my dinner with ice cream and such, so I didn't even make it, because I was like, if I make it, I'm forced to eat it. And I don't know if I can eat a whole dinner right now, so I'm not. Oh, stretch out. It's nice. I'm looking at hammocks and whatnot online. Since I got a hole in mine and I don't like my tarp and stuff, I'm gonna buy a new one. Excuse me. I just gotta figure out, where to have it sent up the trail and all that BS. Inconvenience. Anyway.